Welcome to Celebrity Grave Hunting. Today's tip, check the hours. Welcome to Celebrity Grave Hunting. I am your host, Ryan. I am so excited that you decided to come along with me today on another adventure. The weather is but I'm glad you decided to come along. We are on our way to Hawthorne, New York. Hawthorne, New York is an hour north drive of New York City proper. We are going to the Gate of Heaven Cemetery and Mausoleum today. We are going to be visiting the legendary James Cagney. Now, who is James Cagney? Well, he's an American actor and dancer. Some would consider the greatest actor of all time. Definitely one of the greatest actors of the 1930s, that so-called golden era of Hollywood. Born James Francis Cagney Jr., July 17, 1899, on the Lower East Side of Manhattan. The second of 7 children, growing up in poverty and often sick, his mother feared he would die before he could be baptized. He learned tap dance as a boy and grew up a street fighter. After graduation in 1918, Cagney held a variety of odd jobs plus amateur boxing. He spent several years dancing in vaudeville. His first performance was dancing as a woman in a chorus line for the show Every Sailor. He began getting major acting roles on stage in 1925. In 1929, James Cagney signed a $400 a week for a 3 weeks contract of work with Warner Brothers in Hollywood, which was immediately extended when the studio execs saw the daily film rushes of his scenes. 1931 saw James Cagney thrust into the spotlight in the film The Public Enemy. Only Cagney's 5th film, it is considered one of the most influential gangster movies of all time. He soon became one of Warner Brothers' leading movie stars. In addition to playing serious roles, he was also able to deliver deadpan comedy starring in the film Blonde Crazy. By 1932, he was earning $1,000 a week. He became one of the most misquoted actors in Hollywood history around this time. There's this whole trope of comedians where they'll do a shtick where they go, "Hey, you dirty rat, you killed my brother." That is a mashup of James Cagney's lines from the films Blonde Crazy and his 1932 film Taxi. I first became aware of James Cagney incidentally through the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, hearing that mishmash of "you dirty rat, you killed my brother." It was in 1935 that James Cagney sued Warner Brothers for breach of contract, coming back a year later and receiving his first Academy Award nomination for Best Actor in 1938. He would eventually win the Best Actor Oscar in 1942 for the film Yankee Doodle Dandy. Known for his stubbornness, and with Jack Warner nicknaming him the Professional Againster, James Cagney walked out a second time on his contract in 1942, this time establishing his own production company, Cagney Productions. He had a string of successful pictures made independently before returning to the major studio system. In 1955, James Cagney was nominated for the 3rd Academy Award for Best Actor in the film Love Me or Leave Me. In 1961, after 30 years in the spotlight, James Cagney retired from acting and dancing, moving to his 120-acre farm in Connecticut. He rarely made public appearances. He enjoyed spending time with his horses and turning the soil. James Cagney was presented with the American Film Institute's Lifetime Achievement Award in 1974. Praised by everyone in attendance representing all eras of Hollywood, from Charlton Heston to Orson Welles to Frank Sinatra as the greatest actor of all time. He suffered a minor stroke in 1977, and for financial reasons attributed to his health, he came out of retirement starring in the film Ragtime. After making a very rare public appearance in 1980 in London at the Queen Mother's birthday performance, the Queen Mother broke her own protocol and went backstage after the show to meet and speak directly to James Cagney. In 1984, James Cagney made his final appearance in the TV movie Terrible Joe Moran. Having suffered multiple strokes and a heart attack, James Cagney died at his farm on Easter Sunday, 1986, at the age of 86. His funeral eulogy was given by his longtime acting buddy and, at that time, the current President of the United States, Ronald Reagan. Pallbearers included dancer Mikhail Baryshnikov and director Milos Forman. During James Cagney's lifetime, in addition to the American Film Institute's Lifetime Achievement Award, he received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, the 1980 Kennedy Center Honor, the U.S. National Board of Review's 1981 Career Achievement Award, as well as the Presidential Medal of Freedom. And posthumously, he got his face on a 33-cent postage stamp in 1999. So we'll be visiting him, James Cagney, legend in life, not forgotten in death. Visiting James Cagney is rather simple. He's buried in a mausoleum on grounds, pretty near the main gate. However, you want to observe the hours of every cemetery you visit. Now, not every cemetery does have a gate. However, some of them do, and some of them actually close. Can you be locked inside a cemetery? Yes, you can. Are you asking me, have I ever been locked inside of a cemetery? Yes, I have. So, just be cautious and try to observe the operating hours that a cemetery might have posted. It's kind of a pain in the butt trying to get a guard to let you out. We are here. Gate of Heaven Cemetery, Hawthorne, New York. To find James Cagney, pull into the front gate. Very imposing gate. Grab yourself a parking spot. This way. In the Our Lady Queen of Peace Mausoleum, Wing 5, Corridor B, Crypt 76. It's somewhat indoors, somewhat outdoors, but it is exposed to the elements, more or less. Right hand to right. James Cagney, 1899 to 1986. Legend in life, not forgotten in death. Please like and subscribe. That way you won't miss out on our next adventure.